What's up? It's Kyle from Ante Graphic Supply. Today I'm going to show you how to put some wall art up. I'm using Oracal 631. I've cut our logo out in a couple of different pieces on the silhouette cameo. I'm going to show you how to prep it and then put it on the wall. Alright, so I got the Oracal 631 cut out. I got the Graphic Supply part cut out. I've got Ante up cut out. Trying to show this the best as I can. And then, since I cut this on the silhouette cameo, the 12-inch, I had to split the A into two pieces. So I'm going to go over what I did to ensure that I'm going to be able to make sure this all goes up correctly. So when I have something this long, what I'll do is I'll first measure and I'll put a line in the center up and down, so when I go to put it on the wall I can mark a center point on the wall or where I want to put it, and then I can kind of just get it close. And then I also put a line on the paper transfer tape that goes along the edge here to keep that nice and straight. So I'll measure to that line, so I'll be able to measure anywhere along here and ensure that it's straight. So I did the same thing for the Ante up. I drew a line on the bottom and then a center point here, so when I go to put it up it's easy for me to figure that out. So now for this, I got tape on the sides here so you can hang it up easier. I drew a line across the bottom, and then I also figured out the center point and then drew a line straight. Oh, make sure I get that on camera. Drew a line straight up in the center here, which will match to this one. Straight line here to the center. So what I also did was I cut these notches out. So this is actually right along the edge of the vinyl on both parts of the splice and the A. So when I have this piece, I'm going to be able to put this bottom piece up, and then I'm going to be able to apply this piece. I'll put this up, remove the transfer tape on the wall, and then I'll be able to line this one up very easily on top because I have those notches cut out. If I didn't have those notches cut out, it would be difficult for me to figure out where to go. So this will help me line this up very quickly and throw it up there and ensure that it's straight and exactly where I want in one big piece. So now I'm going to show you how I would put it on the wall. So the first thing I did was I took a piece of transfer tape, I put it on the wall, and on this right edge is the center of the wall where I want to put this decal. So no matter what I'm putting, wall art, decals, if I'm lettering a van or a car or something, if I'm doing like the whole side, I will put up the entire thing, all of it on the card. That way I could adjust everything accordingly, because if you start here and then work your way down, you might run out of room or it might be crooked. So I always like to throw everything up and then adjust everything accordingly. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw all these pieces up on the wall. There's the top half of the A. I'm just trying to get it into a general position of where I want it. Throw that behind it. Not going to get too crazy, just general. Almost tripped there. So as you can see, because I marked the center of each piece, when I threw it up there, it's pretty close to being aligned already. So now I just have to make sure that it's not crooked this way. Everything's proportioned this way already, because I have those pre-made lines already on there. So this is the most important part, is to pick which line you're going to go off of. I found that this molding here is pretty straight, So I'm going to measure down from there for everything so it keeps the line correct. Sometimes your ceiling might have a little pitch to it, so you don't want to go off of that. You might have to use the molding on the bottom or your floor for things like that. You could also use a level, but I generally like to pick something in the space that I can measure off of. So I'm going to start at the bottom measuring and then work my way up. And now there isn't an exact measurement that I'm shooting for, but when I went to line this up, it was pretty close to 36 inches, so I just picked 36 to move this to. So then I'm just going to go to this one, and I'm just going to move this side to 36 as well. And then once I measure the right and then the left, I always go back to the right again and double check it, because sometimes it can get thrown out of whack. So this was off by a tiny bit now. So I'm just going to adjust that. So now my bottom one here is set. So now I'm just going to measure the next one. And again, there's no real set spacing here what I want. I'm just picking a line close to where it's already at. So like this one is 30 3/4. I'm just going to go over here and do 30 3/4. And then back again here. Alright, so these two are now set. So now I'm just going to make sure that this bottom piece is level. And then I'm going to apply this one and then this one. You can't really measure this off of anything, because this one is going to get applied based on where this one is. And I'll show you a close-up of how that happens too. Alright. Back again over here. Alright. Cool. I get my squeegee. So now I'm going to apply these three pieces, not this one, but these three. I'm going to do all of these with the hinge method, and I'll explain that as well. So I got some more masking tape, and I'm just going to split this image right here. And I split it so I can fold this way without, where there's no vinyl. That's why I went here and not the direct center. If you're pulling this back as I show you, you don't need to have it, you don't want to bend the material. So, let me go over here. What I'll do is, because this is such a long piece, when I pull this off to apply it, I'll take this piece of tape, right? And I'll just put it to the top of the paper. So I know when I'm coming back to apply it, I want to be right on that thing. So fold this over. I'm just removing that tape, and I'm just going to tear this away like that. Now I'm going to take my squeegee and the vinyl here, and I'm going to hold this vinyl as close as I can to the wall without it touching. And now I'm going to hold this top of this transfer tape right to where this tape mark that I put. So now I know it's exactly, because if you could go down a little bit or you could go up a little bit and it would mess it up. So you want to go right to the edge and then you can apply it. Now this wall is kind of porous, so I have this squeegee with the felt edge, so I can just give it a good once over there, try and get that vinyl into those pores to hold better. Now I'll remove that piece. Like this. Fold this back over this way. Oh. Grab a piece of tape. I'm gonna put my tape here. So I know where I'm going. Roll this off the back. I'll hold that to there. Something on the wall there. But now I'll do this felt edge. Get that in place. Now I'm going to remove this transfer tape down and across. You don't want to pull out. I'm going to go, oh. And if anything pops up, you just put it back down. Ooh. Alright. Cool, so now I'm taking another piece of masking tape. Well, I probably should have kept the same one. And I'm going to sneak it in between here and here. Actually going to fold this up. Right there. I don't want to put it on there and have it pull that piece off, so I snuck it in under. Alright. Here and here, put my little tape marks, make sure everything's straight. Tear that off. Alright. This little bubble in the transfer plate there. That's what that was. Alright, now I'll remove this. And this piece. Super important, if you roll it off the transfer tape like that, it's the best. Right to that line. And Ooh. Alright, there's that. Alright, so now I got these two. So I'm going to apply this one. Same thing, using the hinge method. I'm going to take this down so it's out of the way. Alright. Alright, so now that I got the bottom half of our A from our logo, I got the top half here. So as you can see, I cut this notch here down, and then so it's basically the bottom part of the vinyl, and I did that on both sides here. So this is the actual edge of the vinyl, so it's super easy to just trim. You know, it doesn't have to get as fancy as I did. So what I'm going to do is there's an overlap. There's about an inch overlap, inch or so overlap. So I'm able to just take this vinyl here and here and just move that. Look at this in front. So as you can see, down here doesn't fit, so I'll be able to just move this until it lines up. So right there it's lined up, so I'll just tape these off like that. So see how it just completes the A now? Cool, so now I'll apply it real quick. Make sure you guys can see that. So now that I got it up, I'm just going to do the same thing, do the hinge method. Alright, and then remove the paper transfer tape. And there you go. Full decal on the wall. Now everybody can stop yelling at me about not having my logo up. Let me know what you guys think. If you need any vinyl, AnteOfGraphicSupply.com. I'll leave a link in the description for everything I've used, everything else that we have. See ya.